What's good, world? It's your boy, Comic DA Gamer, back at you with the comic review on Resident Evil 3 Remake. Oh, that's my Star Wars book bag. As you know, I'm at the airport. It's quarantine, nobody's here during these crazy times. But I want to start off by saying Capcom. Now, anybody who knows me knows how much of a fan I am of Resident Evil. And I'm going to honestly say this. And may not a lot of people agree with me, but I have Resident Evil 3. I played it, everything, and it was a letdown. I'm very disappointed. Resident Evil 3 was a very big letdown in my eyes because Resident Evil 2 came out last year, and it was like they did everything right. They did a lot of stuff, upgraded and everything. Now we fast forward, Resident Evil 3 come out, and not only is the game, I like it because I'm a Resident Evil fan, and Jill is like my favorite character. But not only is the game disappointing, the game is short. I mean, 5 hours short. Like, I'm trying to figure out, like, how the hell do you make a Resident Evil game that's 5 hours short? Like that is like disrespectful. Like the original Resident Evil 3, don't get me wrong, the original Resident Evil 3 was short, but it wasn't 5 hours short. It was not 5 hours short. And then like I'll be trying to figure out like, what do these developers think, because they cut like major stuff out of Resident Evil 3 remake. So I'm trying to figure out like the clock tower. Like the clock tower was one of the main plot scenes in Resident Evil 3. How do you cut the clock tower? How do you cut that whole scene out of the remake? And not only that, the what else was on? They had the Raccoon City Zoo. When Jill running through there and she falls into like that hole and fights the grave digger, that boss fight, that whole entire area was cut. So, I'm trying to figure out, like, I don't even really know what to say. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this very disappointing. And once again, Capcom proves that, like, they always proves my theory. Resident Evil 3 was nothing but a cash cow. This was something, motherfuckers was riding the wave of Resident Evil 2 remake, and they figured like, man, let's just throw 3 out there, which everybody wanted a remake from 3, but they just threw it out there for money. They cut so much. They cut the Raccoon City Zoo, the boss fight with the grave digger. They cut the clock tower. They cut mercenaries mode. How the hell do you cut mercenaries? Mercenaries mode on Resident Evil 3, the original for PlayStation 1, that was like the best mode of the game. When you beat the game and you unlock, you get that. You get to play with all the different characters, and the more people you save and the more zombies you kill, the time gets added on, and if you know what I'm saying, get enough points, you could buy unlimited weapons. Like, how do you cut the you cut the mercenaries, but you put that gay ass Resident Evil, whatever that shit is, on there after 3, the mastermind. That shit terrible. And I'm just saying, man, like this shit is a big letdown. Like 5 hours. The gameplay is only long for 5 hours. It's only long for 5 hours. Like, I already got the game beaten. I just gotta upload my parts on there. I just gotta upload my parts and my thumbnails to YouTube. But yeah, I definitely wanted to share with y'all like and I'm not done. I will definitely say like I like now. This is what I like that Capcom did. I like the fact that how they started off Resident Evil 3 Remake. I like all the extra stuff they had in there. Like all the extra stuff was cool. I like how they had, Nemesis attack Jill in the apartment. Know what I'm saying? That was good because, know what I'm saying? That was real. That was real out the box. Like I like that. I like how they did all that. But cutting all the most important parts of the gameplay, cutting all that out. Like you can see the clock tower in the game. You just can't go in there. And the boss fight with Nemesis, you can see the clock tower. You can see the clock tower. You just can't go in there. You just can't go in there. They gave Carlos, Carlos has a way bigger part in this one than he did in the original one. Even though I definitely think Carlos' part in the original Resident Evil 3 was very solid. It was very solid. But this one, they really did this thing. They did their thing with Carlos on there. But my whole thing is like they cut everything, and I'm looking at this like Capcom, man. Like and people are crying for a Resident Evil Code Veronica remake. Man, don't get me wrong. I want a Resident Evil Code Veronica remake. But if they gon' I'm getting scared now. I think if they make Resident Evil Code Veronica, if they decide to do a remake for the Code Veronica, I'm nervous. I'm nervous because if they do that, and Code Veronica, and Code Veronica was like one of the longest Resident Evil games. If they cut out the little shit they cut out in the Resident Evil 3 remake, just imagine what they gonna do to Code Veronica. Just imagine what they're gonna do to Code Veronica. I know they're gonna cut some stuff out of Code Veronica. So like, I'm gonna just be like, look, man, I want a Code Veronica remake, but if they gonna have to do what they did now, I'll leave it alone. Leave it alone. Capcom, if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. Leave it alone, please. I read an interview and they said that they cut those parts out of Resident Evil 3 because they couldn't fit. Now don't get me wrong, I ain't no rocket scientist, but this shit sound dumb as fuck. How in the world, help me understand, how in the world all this stuff was able to fit on the PlayStation 1? The PlayStation 1 that came out there 23 years ago. All this shit was able to fit on the PlayStation 1. And now we so advanced, video games are so advanced in technology, and you mean to tell me with the IQs and stuff and the imagination that these developers got, y'all couldn't fit that shit on a PlayStation 4 with the technology that the PlayStation 4 has? So you had to cut the clock tower, you had to cut the Raccoon City Zoo, and you had to cut the fight with the Grave Digger because it couldn't fit? Come on, man. Capcom, who y'all fooling, man? Like, come on, man. Like, on the real. And just looking at this shit, it was just a cash cow. So y'all cut the Mercenaries, but put Resident Evil Resistance in, which I think was fucking stupid. Nobody really want to play that, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't. You know what I'm saying? I can't speak for everybody else. I don't want to play that. I just feel like it was very disrespected. Graphic wise, the game looks fucking amazing. It looks amazing. You can really tell that they lean toward more of the action in this one than being actually scared. You know what I'm saying? Resident Evil 2 remake was scared as hell. Like, it was scary. It scared the fuck out you. 3 leaned more toward the action. Really, if you want to be honest, the only thing that was really scary in this motherfucker was Nemesis. And I'm not saying him popping up, but just every time you turn around, this motherfucker chasing you through the city. He fast, he can jump on walls and all that, like freaking Spider-Man, like that. Nemesis, they did this thing. They hooked Nemesis up, but I definitely think and with Nemesis, I think they didn't use them right. I think that they had a golden opportunity. They had a golden opportunity to really make Nemesis, frustrate the player, and they didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Versus him popping up in these cutscenes. Now, you know what I'm saying? Now, I can honestly say, in Resident Evil 3, the original, you know what I'm saying, for the PlayStation 1, Nemesis was popping up everywhere. You damn near couldn't go nowhere without this motherfucker popping. He was popping up everywhere, unscripted cutscenes, all that. The Nemesis in the remake of 3, he kind of do that. It's like he kind of do that, but it's like his momentum, the momentum that he has in it dies down, and it's just like it's like what they did with the remake of 3. It's like they waste no time with cutting. They waste no time with jumping right into the action. And that's fine. That's fine. But I just think that they should have been. That's the story of Resident Evil 3 remake should have been way longer than 5 fucking hours. And then on top of that, they didn't even have a special ending when Barry come pick Jill up at the end. They cut that. I'm like, how do you do that? And then, oh my God, and then to make it even more worse, they fucked up Capcom. Oh my God, y'all. They fucked up one of the most classic lines of all time. They put, from the original, when Jill killed Nemesis at the end, it was like, you want stars? I'll give you stars. They put that in the middle of the game. That one line is so iconic. How could you put that iconic line in the middle of the game? In the middle of the game. And then, you know what I'm saying, if you don't dodge Nemesis correctly, she ain't gonna say it. She'll say it, but if you get hit, she ain't gonna say it. So like, yeah, man, Capcom, man, they fucked up a real good game. And Resident Evil is my favorite. 2 is my favorite, but I love Resident Evil. But the fact that they made Resident Evil 3 5 hours, like, Capcom, what the fuck is you doing? 5 hours? 5 hours, but you selling this shit for $60. 5 hours, we ain't no little kids. This ain't that we can handle it like 5 hours. Like if anything, if I was Capcom, and I know that, you know what I'm saying, they gonna get some backlash for this shit. If I was them, I'll start pumping some DLCs out. I'll pump some DLCs out. I'll try to put the Mercenaries DLC pack out or something. They gotta make up for this shit. They gotta make up for this. This is bogus. And one thing that I did like that they did do, they showed how Melvin got bit. Then and not only that, they showed why Kendall stayed behind when Jill wanted them to come. They really went into that. Like, so I can definitely say, like, the remake of 3 story really intertwines with the remake of 2 story. So like the remake of 2 story left a lot of questions out, even though Die Hard fans knew what happened. But 3 really covers all that. I give them that. I give them that. But like, if I had to pick between the original Resident Evil 3 and Resident Evil 3 remake, I'm sorry. I'm sticking with the original. I'm sticking with the original because the original Resident Evil 2 had everything. The original Resident Evil 3 remake had everything. Now, not only did Capcom cut scenes, they took out all the puzzles. I was just down for them to man, do you know how bad I wanted them to put that water pump scene in the remake of 3? You know, people that never played 3, people that never played Resident Evil 3, well, the original, the people that never played the original Resident Evil 3, they will never know how frustrating it was doing the water pump scene. That water pump scene, I remember it took me down there probably like 4 days to actually get that shit. Like, people were knowing, like, they should have put that in there. But they didn't. I feel like this was an opportunity because when they dropped Resident Evil the remake 2, they really did redeem themselves. But this was a golden opportunity for Capcom to really, with Resident Evil 3, make a classic into an even more classic, and they didn't. I feel like they dropped the ball. Because they cutting scenes out. Then on top of that, something else I want to talk to Capcom about. Y'all have made 2 Resident Evil remakes and ain't no crows and no spiders. Like, what the hell? Do y'all know with that technology, those spiders would have been scary as fuck. Would have been scary as fuck. Like it would have been scary. It would have been scary just with the technology of the PlayStation 3 alone. The crows would have looked dead nice, but the spiders would have looked as scary as fuck with the technology that we got now. They cut that. I don't get it. They cut that. Even though they tried to fool people with, making the Dream demos, because they redesigned them and they made them little and made them look like spiders. And now the Dream demos design, I don't like they design in the remake. I like they design in the original one, because they was big and they was able to stand up on 2 legs and run towards you with their other legs just swinging at you. So yeah, but it's still a good game. It's still a good game. It's just short. Graphic wise, I'm blown the fuck away from them graphics. The Resident Evil, the RE engine is really fucking shit up really good. But I will say, Capcom, this is your boy, Comic DA Gamer. Please don't remake Resident Evil Code Veronica, because now I'm nervous. If y'all cut that content out of Resident Evil 3 remake, just imagine what y'all gonna cut out of Code Veronica. So I would tell y'all, if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. That's how I look at it. But other than that, and if I had to give it a grade, Resident Evil 3 remakes gets the comic grade of, I'll give it 7. I'll give it 8.5. I'll give it 8.5 only because the graphics, but the game is too short. I love the dodge mechanic. The dodge mechanic is very good, especially if you can pull it off and then you go into slow motion, like some slow motion Max Payne type shit, and get the end the zombies out for like a few seconds. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was really good. I liked the dodge on the original, but the dodge on the 3 remake is awesome. But yeah, I give Resident Evil 3 the comic grade of 8.5. So I will, and not speaking on it, I will be uploading all the parts, because I beat it already. I will be uploading all the parts to the comic channel today, so they probably will be on there, because I'm gonna try to upload at least 3 right off the bat. So I know for a fact though the first 3 that I upload might be on there later on tonight. Then I'm gonna upload the other 4. But yeah, other than that, that's Resident Evil 3. They dropped the ball. The remake of 3, they dropped the ball. They had a golden opportunity, and I feel like they dropped the ball. I'm still a diehard Resident Evil fan, but I just feel like with Resident Evil 3, they dropped the ball. But I still love playing it. But other than that, this is your boy, Comic DA Gamer. Enjoying this quarantine diet. They got motherfuckers on lockdown. Motherfuckers only can just go to work and then come home. You know what I'm saying? Because everything locked up. But other than that, y'all be safe, stay healthy, and I will be uploading Resident Evil Remake 3 today, along with more RE5. April the 10th, 7 days before my birthday, is all about Final Fantasy. So April the 10th, all I will be uploading is all Final Fantasy. So stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed to that channel, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I do the comic grade, the comic Q&A, or just upload gameplays, or just go live in games. Once again, this is your boy Comic the Gamer, signing out.